I'm sleeping in bed right now.
And what am I supposed to do with this information?
I wanted to say hi. What time it is in France?
It's 11 p.m.
How do you say that in French?
23h.
Because we don't do like... you know, like, today there's the show, right? And like, right now.
Wait, no. What did you say? I can't understand.
There's the show you're always missing every Tuesday and Thursday. You managed to miss your own show.
Well, if you hear that, that means he's awake.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing today? Welcome to the Debate Podcast. Woo!
Wow,
probably tweet
you
about
sound
this.
so hyped about it.
No, listen, I'm just a little nervous because we don't really have a topic. So you guys are gonna have to prompt us with a topic really quick.
And that's not the worst thing. We have to stop on time.
Yes, we absolutely have to stop on time at the minimum. Here we go. Let me go ahead. You guys in the Twitch chat, go ahead and suggest some topics while I tweet this out. Only hit debate podcast starting on www.twitch.tv/only.
You don't have to put the www. You can just put twitch.tv/onlyhus.
Anyway,
Okay, so while you say your stuff, I'm gonna say something for everyone who is joining for the first time, or maybe not. Right now, we are running a giveaway, like until January 1st, and you can basically win tons of Amazon gift cards just by being active on the app, the website, and mostly on Twitch. If we get like 30 viewers every 60 minutes, there's like there's like a giveaway to get 5,000 coins, and with those 5,000 coins, like you can use them to get like Amazon gift cards and stuff. You need 20k to get like a lucky gift card, or 100k coins to get a legit Amazon gift card, like completely sure. It's kind of easy already. 3% got like Amazon gift cards from yesterday. So yeah, just come on twitch.tv/onlyhus, and then I'm gonna give you the information in the chat. And if you're listening to the podcast on Spotify, where you can, like Spotify, Deezer, and pretty much every app for the podcast, just go on our Twitter at onlyhus. Here we go. You can go.
Yay. Okay. So how are you guys doing today? We're waiting for George to come back. Does anyone have any suggestions for our topic today? Hey, George is back. Welcome. We have the
I have
podcast.
my food and I'm really hungry.
Excellent.
So I might have to be eating.
Start eating. That is totally fine.
I am.
Ooh, ban light bulbs or ban ballpoint pens. Okay, interesting.
Wait, what was that? Light bulbs or ballpoint
apparently.
pens?
Yeah, apparently that was one of their suggestions. Ban ballpoint pens.
If you can hear me eating, just let me know and I'll mute my mic.
Let me see.
What?
Where I'm looking, ban light mode on every social media. That would be an interesting debate, George. One of us is in favor of light mode all the time. The other is in favor of dark mode all the time. What do you think about that?
That could be pretty interesting.
That's interesting. No, we need something with a little bit more flair. Country music. Ban dogs or ban cats. Ooh, what do you think about that one, George?
Does that mean one person bans dogs and one person bans cats?
Yeah, one person is like, we need to ban dogs as pets, and the other is, we need to ban cats as pets. What do you think? The ultimate dog versus cat debate. What do you guys think? Do you guys like that idea? Teachers
So either way, we're banning a dog or a cat.
Oh, here's an interesting one. Teachers should be replaced with robots. So the argument we could make with that one is we say, okay, we want to replace all non-technology based classroom learning experiences with technology, including replacing teachers with robots. Everything gets replaced with computers, tablets, etc. Versus the other person would say, no, we need to go back to the basics and we need to completely get rid of computers. They're what's destroying the minds of students and whatnot. And like, we need to get rid of computers and go back to paper and pencil. What do you think? Do you want to do that one? All right, you guys in the chat, let us know which one you think. Are you in favor of the dog versus cat debate or technology in school? One of us is super in favor of it. One of us is super opposed to it. Which one would you guys like to see?
I'm seeing a lot of pets.
Yeah, it's more the pets as I can see.
Yeah, there are a lot of pets. Ooh, someone said ban gaming chairs. Oh my goodness. Pets. Everyone can drive. Pets. Oh, come on, guys. This would be a great one. Ooh, there's an interesting idea. Everybody can drive versus only a select few people can drive. Fine, guys, if we get into the dog and cat debate, it's just going to be us. Like, how do you even argue? Like, that's just going to make so many people mad. Because, like, if I get the banned dogs one, like, what am I going to say? We're going to take my rat and haul her off to the pen. Like... And then, like,
wait,
what am
if
I?
we do that one, is it so like you're arguing? One person argues that we should get rid of dogs, and is it the other person saying we should keep dogs or that we should get rid of cats?
Get rid of cats instead.
But then, how do you win? Because like you're not arguing against each other.
You have to convince the audience that you're defending your position the best.
Okay.
Throw the dog out the window. Oh my goodness. No pets. Oh, there's an interesting idea. No pets versus you have to have a pet. That would be an interesting one. What do you think? So basically, one of us would defend having pets is a bad idea versus the other defends no, everybody should be required to have a pet.
That could also work.
That would be a little bit more balanced. But what am I going to say? If I'm like, no, I've realized that having my rat is a... You know what? That's the point of the show. Okay, guys, what do you guys think? Do you want the technology in school one or the pets debate? Which one do you guys like? Teachers, replace teachers with robots, or pet debate? Which one? Ban gaming. Gaming chairs everywhere. That would be a funny one.
It's becoming worse and worse every time.
That's an idea we had up for... Fine. Everyone wants to hear the stinking pet debate. All right, George. The debate topic for the day is pets. So the rule is this. Okay?
Yeah.
So we'll say it like this. A pet will be defined as an animal. So we're not talking about bugs, okay? An animal, even though we know you can have bugs as pets, we're just defining the terms, okay? A pet will be defined as an animal, mammal or reptile, or I guess a amphibian, a frog, whatever, turtle, etc. That you...
But no bugs, obviously.
Yes, and it has to be
Who has
one...
pet bugs?
It has to be an animal that requires the care, and it can't be a fish because fish pretty much require no care because they're fish. No, I'm just kidding. Fish do require care. You know what? Let's just list off like, okay, let's create a list of like approved pets. So hamster, snake, turtle, dog, cat, bird, pretty much, you can have a pet, but it has to be like what people would consider like a main pet. I mean, fish can be pets.
A mainstream pet.
Yeah, it has to be something that is a pet that can move about and it's not just confined.
Snake.
Yeah, well, snakes you can like take out something that you can like take out and move about. So
Or
a
you could
hamster
put a fish
pick
in
up.
the ocean.
Okay, stop it. No, what I'm saying is you're not going to take your fish out of your... It has to be an interactive pet. Something that if you can't physically take it out, hold it, and carry it around to your house, then it doesn't count. Okay?
Okay.
It has to be... And we'll say that when you have a pet, you have to interact with it daily is part of the rule. So you can't just be like, okay, well, I have a hamster and I just keep it in there and I dump food in there every so often to make sure I'm following the law. Okay, so it's mandatory. You have to interact. So this is the debate. One of us is taking in favor of that position. Everybody should have a pet, one of the approved pets that you have to interact with and you can move about. We'll call it the approved pet. And the other of us says, no, having any type of pet is bad and all pets should be banned. And we'll, to make their position easier, we'll say that they're not advocating just rounding up all the pets and executing them. Just from that point on, no more pets. So basically, as soon as your current pets, pass away, or if you get rid of them, then you can't replace them with new pets. Okay, so that'll make that person's position easier. So after 10 or 20, after 20 years, nobody would have any pets anymore, except for birds, because birds live forever.
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 They're just immortal birds.
Birds will outlive all of us. Anyway, how about this? After 20 years, anyone who still has pets has to put them into zoos. Okay? Because the immortal birds. All right, so there we go. That's our proposed arguments. Do you agree with the terms and conditions, George?
Yep.
Okay. Everybody in the chat kind of understand what we're talking about? Good. All right, here we go. Heads or tails, George?
I will have heads.
Okay. So how about this? Heads, and you're in favor of banning pets. Tails,
Okay.
I'm in favor of banning pets. Okay.
Okay.
All
Yes.
right, here we go.
Please be tails.
Hey Siri, flip a coin.
Please.
Tails.
Yes.
Dang it. Okay. Well, so I'm in favor of banning pets. You are in favor of everybody.
Not banning pets.
You're in
Not
favor
banning
of the
pets.
pet requirement. Okay.
Who's Jord?
Jord? What? I don't know who Jord is.
Oh, freak. Sorry.
Jord?
Jord. All right, guys. So we've ran up. This show is about picking a silly debate topic and having each of us seriously defend it as if we actually believed it. Anything we say in the debate is not something we actually believe. We're free to go as crazy as we want. George is in favor of a pet requirement. Jord is in favor of a pet requirement mandate.
If you're listening from the website, I wrote Jord instead of George.
Nice.
That's it. I prefer explaining.
Everybody should be required to have a pet and one of the approved pets, and that it should be mandated. If you don't have a pet, you will be forced by law to get one. I, however, am taking up the position of I think that pets are bad and they should be banned. And as everybody can keep their current pets, but as soon as their pets die, nobody will be able to replace them with new pets. That's my position. Are you ready, George? Do you want to do opening arguments first?
I don't mind. Do you want to go first? Or should I go first?
You go ahead and go first.
Okay. Okay, so yes, pets are good. Okay, so basically, we know for a fact that animals can improve the well-being of humans. For example, dogs make people happier in 99% of cases. So basically, what I'm trying to say is pets will improve the overall happiness of the world. So by forcing people to have pets, we can, reduce things like depression, loneliness, because, pets are friends. They can be your best friend. Some people's only friends are their pets. So people that don't have pets and are alone, they might not realize that they want a pet and that it would make them happier. So by forcing them to have a pet, they can see the correct way of life of having a pet, you know. So basically, we need to set up pets for everyone. Now, I know what you're gonna say. Oh, some people are allergic to dogs, so that's why we have a huge list of available pets to ensure that there will be a pet available for someone that is allergic to certain types of animals. Like, who is allergic to a snake? I don't think anyone is, but snakes can be man's best friend, second best friend, maybe second best friend. Snakes are very useful as well. I mean, some pets can be actually useful. You know, like cats, for example, they eat little bugs around your house, and they kill mice and rats that are stuck in your house. They're just good, you know, rodent. What do you call it? Rodent control? I don't know. They do that kind of stuff. They're good for that. So it could reduce illnesses that people get from having this vermin running around their house. So yeah, I think pets are a necessity, and we should start this right now.
Okay. I will give my opening arguments now. Pets are Satan. Okay. How many times have you walked around and stepped in dog poo? Okay. How many times have you had to smell a dirty litter box? How many times have you been bit by your neighbor's dog? Okay. How many times have you gone over to your friend's house and found that they had a snake and you were afraid of snakes? Okay. How many times have you experienced a bad or negative reaction to pets? Every single person in the world has those experiences. Okay. What needs to happen is we need to protect people. Okay. We need to protect them from other people causing problems. Okay. Those people who get those big dogs that attack other people or kill other people, guess what? Not going to be a problem, because with my bill, when it passes, all pet will be banned. Okay. Nobody will be able to have dogs that attack children. Nobody will be leaving their animals fecal matter in your yard or on the sidewalk where you can step on it. Okay. You won't have strange creatures roaming the neighborhood just because people didn't want to care about them. But not only will not having pets be good for everybody in general, all humans, it will also be good for the animals. It will save animals from being adopted into abusive homes where people don't care about them. Okay. And then they wait until they're out of their puppy or their kitten phase, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, I don't want this dog anymore. It's not as cute as when I bought it. And then they quickly just throw it out into the street, or they put it into a pound where it gets euthanized. That is not the way that animals should be treated. And because humans have shown an inept irresponsibility at treating man's best friend and treating animals with kindness, we have lost our right to keep these animals and to have them. If we cannot treat them right, we should not take care of them at all.
Oh.
All right, it is time for the freestyle debate portion of the show. Let's get right into it. All right, George, you went first, so go ahead and open up.
So just based off something what you just said, you said at the beginning, you're like, so how many times have you had a bad experience with a pet or stepped in dog poo or whatever? These experiences are still going to happen. Like, these animals are not just going to disappear, okay? There's still going to be dog. There's still going to be dog poo on the floor. They're going to step in every day.
Only
because these dogs are not just going to disappear.
Period. No. So you would advocate putting the animals to sleep instead? No, I advocate a phase out period. Okay, where what will happen is over the course of 20 years, as people's animals and pets naturally die off, what will happen is they're just not allowed to replace them. So people will still get to spend time with the pets they love, but my bill will have a slowly impact, and eventually what will happen is there will be no more pets chilling out there.
Where do you think these dogs are going to be? There's still going to be dogs and cats just roaming the streets.
No, because we won't be breeding any more dogs, okay? We won't
There's still wild animals that are still going to breed.
And there will be wild animals that will be allowed to roam and be in their natural habitat. We're not going to go around and kill all the coyotes, George.
My point is, we're still going to interact with these wild animals. They're just not going to be in your house.
The wild animals are still going to be there in your thing.
But if anything, they're just going to be even worse, because currently we're controlling the population of all these animals and making sure they're all tame and they don't have rabies and all their diseases. So right now, actually, all these animals that we have, they're controlled.
Because coyotes will still be a thing?
No,
they're already a thing.
If we ban the pets, then these pets are just going to be out in the wild instead of in our homes. Like, just because
that makes no sense.
We are not the only source of cats. Humans aren't the only source of cats and dogs.
Well, guess what? Wild cats can go back into their natural habitat.
And also, right now,
and be wild. The point
do you know how many stray dogs and cats there are on the streets? There are so many right now.
Exactly. My point proven. Do you know why they're out there? Because people decide they don't want to take care of them anymore. Because
and this is why we should force people to look after them.
Puppy phase.
This is why we should force people to look after them. Because then they won't be throwing them out on the streets.
Let's force
so many homeless dogs and cats.
Bad owners.
We forced to give to people, they would look after them. Because we would force them. There'd be checks.
Exactly.
People going around and making sure they're not destroying the well-being of their animals.
That's going to be absurdly expensive. No, what you're going to have is you will have people who, whenever the inspectors come around, whenever the inspectors come around, it's going to be like, oh no, I'm totally taking care of Fluffy or whatever. But the second the inspector's gone,
and you know
Fluffy goes back in the closet.
There'll probably be people that will do it for free because people love animals. We'll have so many volunteers that will be wanting to do this for free, and they'll know they're doing the job properly. We'll have dog lovers, cat lovers, everything going around making sure that the well-being of these cats and dogs are acceptable.
And guess what?
Not just acceptable,
you brought up the perfect point that there are already so many dogs and so many cats on the streets, okay? If people really wanted to take care of them, they could open up their doors and open up their hearts to bring those animals in, but they're not. Okay, and do you know why there are so many on the streets? Is there are so many bad owners who chose not to be good people and chose to disrespect the animals because they don't actually care about them. And that is why I think Americans and people in general, everybody has lost their responsibility or has lost their right to take care of pets by us collectively getting pets and mistreating them. Okay.
Yes, I can't deny there are people right now treat their pets badly.
Yeah, and you want to force them to have pets. You want to say, hey,
because we will have regulations on this.
Here's another one.
And we will make sure that they're being treated correctly.
How are you going to do that? You going to put a camera and an inspector to sit around 100% of the time in every single home?
Like I said already, people that will actually volunteer for this because people love pets. And they want to make sure that the well-being of pets in the area is good. You will not have enough
people to monitor the pets 100% of the time. You will have people who will mistreat
we won't monitor
their pets.
it 100% of the time. If you're mistreating your pets, there's signs. It's not just like you stop when they come to look at your house, and they'll be like, oh yeah, this cat is fine. They'll be able to see if it's like skinny, if it looks bad, if it looks ill, if it's being sick.
And people will do the minimum requirements to make sure that their animal looks well cared for, so that the minimum requirements so they don't get in trouble. But guess what, George? The minimum requirements is not what a dog, not what a cat, not what any animal deserves. They deserve the best, okay? And we have not given them the best. We have lost our right to have them.
So they deserve the best, but now you just want to just get rid of them. Like, just destroy them.
I don't want to destroy them. I'm not advocating hurting them at all.
All pets.
What I am advocating is an end to the cycle of torture and abuse. Okay? I'm not saying we go and round up everybody's pets and take them away right now. Let the people who are still loving and caring for their pets keep them. I'm just saying, hey, no more pets from this point on.
But like you said, after 20 years, what happens to the pets? They just go to a zoo?
They can go after. We have to set a deadline at some point. After 20 years, which will only be a tiny, tiny fraction of the pets left, literally like less than 1%, and they'll just go to a zoo or a care center where people will be able to take care of them.
Yeah,
or maybe in 20 years,
but
we will have learned.
There's still going to be pets left over.
Like, and take care of the animals appropriately. Maybe at that point we'll be better.
But these animals are still going to be existing. We're not just going to wipe out every single what do you call them?
So your solution is let's just breed way more of these animals, require everybody to have one in their home, including the people who don't want one, including the people who are going to be bad at taking care of them.
There are already enough for everyone to have one.
Yeah, you just want to put them in homes of people who don't want them and who aren't going to take care of them. Do you like snakes, George?
Yeah.
There are people who don't like snakes, but you want to require them to have a snake.
Well, no, we don't have to force people to have a snake. They can
let's
choose
say
from the list of available
that's
animals.
the only animal on your list that they aren't allergic to, because most of the other animals have fur. And let's just say they don't like snakes.
Well, then
you
they're going to have to get over it. They're going to have to get over it.
How is that good for a snake to have an owner who's in constant fear of them? That snake should be in the home of somebody who cares about them, or better yet, it should be in the wild. Why are we constantly domesticating pets that belong in the wild and keeping them in a little glass box? How is that better for the animal? Why not just stop taking wild creatures and putting them inside these containers? Why not we just let them roam in the wild? Okay, let's stop mistreating animals. We need to end this cycle of abuse.
What do you think would happen if we just started putting all these animals that we've currently got as pets into the wild? What do you think would happen?
I'm not saying they would all get killed off.
They would all get killed off because they're currently domesticated. You can't just put
no one's saying we need to go and put them in the wild.
You cannot just put all these animals in the wild. They will be getting killed by everything that's out there. They'll probably half the animals will probably just die. Like, if you put your dog outside, they probably just die from being too cold.
I'm not advocating
be able to get its own food.
For that. I'm not saying people. You're misrepresenting my argument. I'm not saying people should put their pets or put their dogs in the wild. That is not what I'm saying at all. Okay. All I'm saying is that people just keep the pets they have until their pets that they have die off, which will, in 20 years, again, that's going to be over 99.9% of pets, okay? And then the remainder of the pets can go to live out the rest of their lives in facilities where they will be taken care of by volunteers and
Would you know how many facilities we will need? Do you know how many pets there are? There are so many pets. How many facilities will we need to be able to house all of these pets?
Hardly any, because it's going to be in 20 years. Because during that time, people will not
so many animals.
No, because people will not be able to get new pets.
And we won't have enough people to look after them because
they won't be allowed to get any new pets.
No.
Yes. You can't just say no.
Well, you said yes.
You're advocating literally taking animals, forcing people to
not have pets.
Look, I'm not saying it's bad for people to not want pets, but I'm saying having somebody who doesn't want a pet or isn't
what about the people that require
pets?
For it? There are people that have, like guide dogs. They need those dogs. How you're just gonna take them away?
That I wouldn't consider a pet. I would consider that to be that can be a pet, but that is a function of life. I'm not gonna take away somebody's heart rate.
It sounds like you want to take away a guide dog.
Guide dogs.
Gonna be so many blind people just having to without their guide dogs.
That's an animal as a utility. Those people are exempt. Yeah, there are some people who turn their guide dogs into pets, but if you need an animal for assistance, then that animal would be exempt for that.
Well, there are some people that require
more like an assistant.
Well, you're going to say the same thing for the people that require
secretaries, George. Like, come on.
Are you saying secretaries are the same as guide dogs?
I'm saying that secretaries provide important work, and so do guide dogs. So I'm not advocating getting rid of either.
This is looking pretty bad on bad.
No, I want to end the people who are getting animals, not taking care of them or abusing them.
You're saying that guide dogs are out of the equation, but what about people that have dogs for for depression purposes? They have comfort dogs that are just there for them.
Those dogs are playing an important role. That again, I think if you can
these dogs are also exempt.
If you can show that you have a genuine need for an animal like that, then guess what? It's now not necessarily a pet so much. It might still be considered a pet by that person, but it also serves a function and a working function. So it's a working animal, and I would say that any working animal would be exempt from the policy. It's the like. Otherwise, I might as well be banning dishwashers and whatnot. Like that's come on, George. But the point is, people. Answer me this, George. Do you think people collectively, as a whole, have been treating animals with the care and respect they deserve?
I think, as a whole,
do you answer the question? Do you think that animals are being treated?
Whole, yes, they are.
Yes. Okay. Well, tell that to all the dogs and all the cats that have been thrown out onto the street or put in pounds in order to be euthanized.
There are a lot of those.
Tell them
if
that they have been treated with care and respect.
Have pets, then these would be given new homes. They wouldn't just be on the streets. Because there are people that get
who want
there
pets,
are people
but guess
that
what?
get
There's
pets
still many more dogs in
they
shelters.
consider. Now listen, there are still people right now that get pets without considering the full kind of responsibility that they require. So once they get them, they're like, "Oh, I don't want this more," and they just throw it out. So
exactly,
that's when that happens.
So now, instead of that person being able to
happen, then we can reallocate that pet to a person
to another home of somebody who's not going to want it or take care of it.
I mean, not
there
necessarily.
Will be more pets,
but
then
the
there
thing is,
they'll have to be.
It'll be the law, so they won't have a choice. They'll have to like it, and they'll have to look after it.
What you'll instead happen, this is what's going to happen with your policy. Somebody is going to get a puppy, okay? And they're going to be like, well, I have to get a dog, or I have to get a pet, so I'll just get a puppy that I really like. They'll have the puppy till it's out of its puppy phase, and then they'll put it into a pound, which is going to make the dog really upset.
Yeah, but they won't be pounds.
They'll meet the same policy, just getting a new puppy. And the rinse and repeat where they will continue to get rid of the dog because they don't want to deal with it when it's big. They'll get rid of the dog every time it gets out of its puppy phase, and they'll put it in the pound, and then somebody else will, by your law, be given that dog who maybe they won't want to take care of it either. Okay, because they won't have grown up with it in its puppy phase, so they just don't want to have pets, but you're requiring them to have one. Why continue to put dogs through that stressful situation? There are already many more dogs and cats and animals in pounds that are not being adopted.
They won't be able to choose to get rid of the pet because they'll have to keep the pet by the law. So they'll have to keep the pet.
So you would instead have them just keep that dog and mistreat it.
No, but they won't be mistreating it.
Them not have ever gotten that dog in the first place.
We're going to have checks to ensure that they're being treated correctly.
Okay, well, those checks are not going to be sufficient, in my opinion. I don't think you're going to be able, because you're not going to be able to watch the pets and the animals 100% of the time. You're not going to be able to see when the person hits their animal. Okay, you're not going to be able to see the emotional abuse because the owner just keeps their animal in a cage 24/7. You're not going to be able to see any of that. Okay,
well,
because anytime the inspector comes out,
it won't be announced. It'll be random. It'll just knock on the door.
Yeah, knock on the door. Look, the inspector's here.
It won't be someone in uniform.
And put it in a nice room.
It won't be someone in uniform. It'll just be someone knocking on the door. You don't know. Is it a delivery? I don't know.
And I'm sure people aren't going to figure that out.
I don't know.
And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to find the person? So even if you find them, how does that repair the emotional abuse and the emotional damage that was done to the animal? How does that make it any better?
There'll be a bit of a phase at the beginning where, yes, the pets may have a bit of a poor experience, but as people realize that they're going to get fined, and the fine will go up and up each time. So let's say the first time you get fined, maybe $100. The next time, $1,000, okay? People are not going to want to risk treating their pets badly because they will just go bankrupt because of it.
So people will just get smarter in the same way that people work their way around other types of fines. You cannot put
unless you can provide. How would you get around it then?
People, George,
because we will have unannounced people turning up and making sure you're treating them correctly. And if you're not, get fined a fat fine. And for a lot of people, they can't afford to have that, so they will instead look after their pet because it will be more. It makes sense to do that
through the motions required.
And as a whole, the human race will become a nicer race because we will be like, oh yes, everyone will be becoming nicer towards animals.
Why should we care about the people who have been taking advantage and abusing these animals for years and years and years? Okay. They don't deserve the kindness and the loving care that these animals have been returning despite the abuse and the mistreatment. Okay? Humans have lost their right to have pets, to have these loving, caring animals in their home due to their constant mistreatment. If we did not, I would not be advocating this position if I felt like humans have been trying to work on it. But clearly we have not. Clearly there's still way too much abuse, way too many animals being put in pounds and in shelters and being put to sleep. I say enough is enough. Animals and pets deserve better.
Yes, but I've explained
better than us.
This isn't going to happen because people will be looking after their pets because they won't want to risk
same people that are
losing all their money to fines. People will not be losing money just so they be like, oh yeah, let's just abuse my animals for no reason. Because they're going to get charged a lot of money for doing that. So they're not going to do it anymore.
No. You want the same people.
You just said no. You can't just say no.
You want the same people who have been mistreating animals
that
for
if you were going to
years
get fined $1,000, then you would treat the pet good. You know that.
Is somebody who just goes through the motions of making sure their pet is well groomed and well cared for as far as like exercised and properly fed, is that really all it takes to take care of a pet? Or is there an emotional attachment, an investment emotionally that also has to go through where your pet needs to know that you love and you care for it as well? I think there's more to it. If your parents literally just made sure you were fed and clothed and made sure you were healthy and that you had gone to school, but you had no emotional connection to them, is that enough for you? Are you going to be satisfied with that? No, you're not. And that's all that people are going to be giving to these animals that they're being required to care for. They're not going to be giving them the emotional investment required because they don't want to have them anyway, okay? Or they only want to have them when they're a cute puppy or kitten, okay? Now you're requiring those people to take care of their pets for longer. Guess what's going to happen? There will be a bunch of animals who will be emotionally starved, and I am 110% against that. I don't want to see any animals in that situation.
Well, then I propose sessions where you must take your pet to and you must engage in activities with your pets. So there'll be, I don't know, there'll be little centers around different cities, and you can just you're going to have to take your pet.
Your snake and your hamster there?
Yes, you're going to have to take your pet. There'll be specialized centers for each kind of animal. And you're going to have to take your pet there, and there'll be fun activities set up, and it'll be so fun. Everyone will be like,
everybody's going to be required to take their pet there. How often? It'll
be fun.
How often?
I don't know. Oh, we haven't worked this bit out yet. It could be.
Okay, well, it sounds like it needs a lot more working out. Because even if you mandate a lot
the exact
of time,
details are not too necessary to know right now.
Okay, but let's say you mandate oh, look, I take my pet there once a month and spend a couple hours with it there. And then it goes right back at home into another emotionally abusive situation.
Well, maybe we can set up
like, we got that 1 hour.
An online system where you can basically we have, like AI that you plug your camera into, and it can detect if you're being affectionate towards your animals.
And you have
to log
cameras
a specific amount of time
in everybody's homes. Yeah, yes. That is beyond the scope of the idea you're proposing.
Listen, it's perfectly safe. The data will not be actual video data from the camera will not be transferred out. No.
With cameras in their homes.
The video data will not transferred outside of the home.
Yeah, okay, sure. It's not going to be transferred outside the home.
The software will be written by, like a reputable source, such as, I don't know,
Google,
exactly.
Google or Apple, someone who can harvest all the data and all the footage from inside your home. Now you're going down a completely different rabbit hole.
Software will be open source, okay? It will be able to be checked by everyone, okay? We will ensure that
checked, monitored, the video, and modified by everybody who will be able to hack into it and adjust it.
It will just be available to view online, so that
they'll be able to just put something. If it's not going to be transferred outside the home,
will be able to check
something
No.
over the camera? How are you going to mandate this? Now you have to have
'Cause you'll
people,
just see it's
the
just a black
camera
screen.
police have to come down to make sure you're not covering up your camera.
No, because the software will be able to detect if you're doing that.
So it's just
Okay.
going to be monitoring your home 100%
Yes,
of the time.
it will.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad idea at all.
No, it's just monitoring for a very specific activity,
Yeah,
which
and
is you
clearly it has
interacting
to.
with your
It
pet.
has to be filming and recording it
Yes.
in case it gets the data wrong. So you want something in your home
No,
constantly
it will just be
and
filming.
recording it.
It will
Okay.
just be recording and ensuring
But
that you are interacting with your
that
animals correctly.
still
and
doesn't solve the
appropriately.
problem because you
It
will
does.
still have people who just don't care and they will mistreat their animal. Okay, or they will just do the bare minimum. They might go through the motions without putting any of the
Yes,
heart
and if
into
they do
it.
that,
And
then they're
animals
gonna-
deserve better. Okay,
If they're going to
animals
do that,
deserve
they're going to
better
get
than
fined.
us,
They're going to
which
get
is
put in
why
jail.
we need to
They're
stop
going to get
allowing people to have
executed,
pets.
and they won't be able to. They won't be able to
They'll
do
be-
it anymore.
Did you just say they'll be executed?
I said they would. No, I would
You're
never.
gonna
say that.
execute.
I just said
people.
they would be fined and put in jail.
That
I
sounds
heard
dope.
executed. Okay.
So basically,
All right,
so,
guys.
listen.
Here we go. So it's time for closing arguments. Wow. Are you ready, George, to deliver your
Yes.
closing arguments? Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna deliver closing arguments, and then we'll put up a poll. Here we go. So, George, do you want to go first or second?
I go second, and yes,
Okay,
I know you get a closing argument.
I get a closing argument. Here we go.
Statement,
Okay,
whatever,
I'll go
yes.
first. Okay. I am not arguing that pets are not a good thing. I am arguing that humans have mistreated them for years and years. Yes, some people do take care of their animals, but the overwhelming fact is there are so many animals that are mistreated on a day-to-day basis by their owners, by people who just want them when they're cute and get rid of them the second they get older. And those animals get shipped off to pounds and they get put to sleep because there aren't enough people going out and adopting them. And simply taking those animals from that situation and putting them in another home with somebody who isn't going to love and care about them and is just going to keep them as a requirement in order to not get fined is not a better situation. Animals deserve better. Animals deserve true kindness. They deserve true love, true compassion, true caring, true nurturing. They deserve a truth and a reality that humans have not all been providing them. We have not been fulfilling our obligation. Okay. We have not been taking care of these animals to the degree that they need to be taken care of. And because of that, we have forfeited our rights, my opinion, to have these animals. We have lost our responsibility. Maybe after 20 years, 30 years, whatever, after we have gone without them, maybe we will be able to treat it as the responsibility that it is. Maybe we'll be able to recognize based on what we've lost that this is something we need to take seriously, and maybe then we can have another go at it. But right now, we're not fulfilling that role. We're not fulfilling that obligation. I want to protect pets. I want to protect the animals, and that is why we need to ban them. That's why we have a 20-year phase-out period, and then after that, very, very, very small percentage of animals can be put in care facilities where they can get love and attention. Okay, not put in cold, harsh adoption and basically kill centers where animals are put in when they get super old and the people who adopted them just are tired of them. Okay, I'm 100% against that treatment of animals, and that is why I'm in favor of my position that we need to ban pets in order to protect the animals from this abuse.
Okay. Well, based on what I said in my earlier arguments, it's actually going to be a lot safer for pets and animals if we force everyone to have these pets, because we're going to have the inspectors that make sure you're treating them good. We're going to have the AI software that's going to be ensuring that you're interacting with them. There's going to be all these systems put in place. They're going to ensure that the pets are treated well. And not just well, they're treated good, okay? They will probably actually increase the the average pet's quality of life by doing this. Okay, because we're bringing so many pets off the streets and into homes that whether they like it or not, they will be treating them nicely. Okay, so basically, pets and animals are going to have a better life after all these systems are put into place, and people will actually realize that they enjoy having a pet when before they didn't know because they'd never had one before, and even humans' lives will be improved. So basically, I think this is a very good idea, and everyone should have pets. The end.
Okay, and my last argument and response to that is George's position will advocate for the bare minimum care in order to not get in trouble. And animals and pets deserve more than the bare minimum. They deserve the best. And I end my argument.
Which is a poor argument because I did say that wouldn't happen, but okay.
All right, well. All right, guys, I'm going to post the poll on Twitter as a reply to my last tweet. Remember, vote for who you think defended their position the best, not just who you personally like the most. I'm going to post it. It's vote for George, myself, Ty, or if you missed the debate, vote for that. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and post it at Saints of Games, and it
Did
is
we
up
put a
now.
song? We have time.
Yes, we're going to play a song. When we get back, we'll look at the results. You have 5 minutes to vote. Everybody go vote.
Vote for me.
As a reply to my latest tweet, go look at Saints of Games so you can see it. Everybody go vote.
Turn it up.
Hey, my name is Jesse. My name is Adam. We're from the band Maroon 5.
All the hits.
More music. Only hits.
The weirdest talk show all around the world.
This looks fun.
Purses are a lot more complicated to make and manufacture than a t-shirt.
We've broken a lot of rules.
On Only Hits US.
Are we live? Hey, everybody. And we're back. And let's go ahead and check the poll. Oh, George!
You lost!
17% to 49%.
Oh my god.
Yeah!
52%.
Oh my god.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you guys supporting my better arguments. What do you think about that, George? Did you think at the start that you had the easier position to defend?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I think sometimes it's easier to defend the side that is, I guess, more stupid. I think my side
yours was really absurd.
I
You
guess
just
it
didn't
is,
go as full Monty as I think you
when
could
I first
Final vote,
thought about
48%,
it,
16%.
I wasn't thinking that everyone will be forced to have a pet. I was thinking that we're just not forced to not have a pet, you know? Which made it a lot harder because everyone has to have a pet instead of just arguing against you, saying that everyone shouldn't have a pet.
They're both very absurd positions, but I think you did a pretty good job. I think my emotional appeals and arguments were really hit with a lot of people because there was a lot of truth to what I was saying, as far as there are a lot of people, don't take care of their owner, don't take care of their pets. But you also said a lot of truth in your position, and that there are people who could benefit a lot from having a pet, and it could soften their hard exterior. So I think that we both said a lot of truth in our arguments. But at the end of the day, the people voted in favor of me, George. Don't worry, you'll win one of these someday.
Maybe eventually.
I promised
Someday.
George that as soon as he won one, he wouldn't have to be in them anymore. So he was like, today's the day, Bat. I'm gonna win this one. And you did pretty good. You did good, George. This one would have been a hard one.
The final results, it says 17 to 49. That's quite a bit of an L but it's okay.
Well, I
Just a
honestly,
tiny bit.
at the start, I thought I was toast, just because I was like, how am I going to defend, people not being able to have like a pet? But it was fun. It was a good debate. You did a great job, George. You're definitely a fun person to debate with.
Thank you. I'm funnest.
Yeah, the most fun.
Funnest.
Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in to the debate podcast. We will be back here Thursday. Check out my Twitter at Saints of Games, and check out George. What do you want to promote?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitter. It's just George Not Found on both of them. George Not Found.
George Not Found. Be sure to check him out on YouTube and Twitter.
And be sure to find it. Ha!
Find it.
Yes, don't find
George
it.
Not Found. But be sure to check him out and make sure to see you guys back here on Thursday, and check out and follow twitch.tv/onlyhateus. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.
So right now, Cindy, we might have a bit of a downtime because we have something at midnight in Europe, like a scheduled maintenance. But it should be okay. We should avoid any cut. But if it happens, don't worry. The Twitch stream will be back really soon. The audio stream on the radio won't lag at all. You will have the normal program. But yeah, the giveaway, just a quick reminder, twitter.com/onlyhateus. You can find all the rules for the Christmas giveaway, and just go on the chat. And that's pretty much it. There's an app now, and you can find the podcast on every single podcast app. You just type The Weirdest Talk Show. That's it. Goodbye. You want to say bye? No.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
We play your hits like no other station.
Hi, I'm Ed Sheeran. What's up, guys? It's Khalid. Hey, guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers.
Hit music is right here.
Hey, I'm Callum. Hey, I'm Luke, and we're 5 Seconds of Summer.